if I can slightly phrase it in a different way, I mean, clearly our proposal for the marina in itself does not include anything inside the harbour. But what we are keen to see is clearly, as you mentioned, a marine engineering centre inside the harbour, because we can't park vessels on the car park area during the winter because they'll probably blow over. So we need a protected area that not only is safe to store boats out of the water, but also generate additional, we hope, revenue for Ramsey in repairing what will be 400 boats requiring greater or lesser maintenance during the winter. And to my mind, in the presentation I made today to the select committee, was to use, I call it my hometown, my former hometown on the Isle of Wight called Cowes, where a friend of mine has done precisely what I think we should do here in Ramsey. And that is, he's taken the old Westland hovercraft factory and won an initial contract from Charles Dunstan of Calf and Warehouse fame, and restored his lovely 1930s gentleman's yacht called Shimara. And off the back of that, this friend of mine, Peter Morton, has been able to develop White Shipyard and created 83 highly skilled jobs, and recently completed a second high-speed passenger ferry for Red Funnel there. So he's done the Red Jet 6 and Red Jet 7, and now makes a whole range of largely aluminium boats for offshore supplies, tugs, small tugs, and various service vessels. And I see, on the basis that he's got 22,000 square metres in the old Westland site in Cowes, and Ramsey has got just 26,000 square metres. So very comparable size.
Where are we talking about?
Well, the existing shipyard is clearly seen a lot of very famous vessels built there. The Star of India, of course, was the last schooner built there. So it does have a very deep marine heritage, the shipyard. I think that it will be necessary to invest some money, bring a new road in from North Road, because the existing little lane is very narrow and not very suitable. Clearly we would be looking to persuade the DOI to upgrade some of the buildings and the slipways there. The buildings are not totally suitable for modern yacht maintenance because they're long and thin. But yes, if we could persuade the DOI to invest some money, I believe that we could turn it into a very important centre for marine engineering in the Northern Irish Sea.
And how many jobs could we create, or is that sort of going to be? We'll wait and see if we get it first.
Yeah, it probably is. But I mean, if we use White Shipyard as a model, they've created 83 skilled jobs there, and I believe I'm right in saying that they've got about 5 or 6 apprentices there. So we could actually use it as a training ground to add to the general skill level on the island. And if you remember Captain Kuba Szymanski's evidence at the previous hearing of the Select Committee, he has to keep his boat in Dover, and he spends probably £10,000 a year in Dover rather than here on the Isle of Man.